Alright YouTube, this is Monster Kennel Club. This is Zeus's dinner for tonight. It is Friday evening, 7:08 p.m., June 26, 2020. This is what he's gonna get. It's a quarter leg chicken and a really nice pork chop. Some peas and carrots. That's gonna be his dinner. I will steam it for the next, I would say, half an hour, and then when I get done, he'll be ready to eat. Okay YouTube, this is Charlotte back with Monster Kennel Club. This is the middle part of his food. So his chicken, his pork chops, and his vegetables. I will now pull it off the stove and feed him. So what I want to do is I was going to try to do it one arm, but it ain't going to work like that. So basically trying to drain out the water. What you want to do, because you don't want to burn your dog's mouth. So I don't really give him no water in it. There's no point in him having the water. He's gonna get it anyways. I want to try to drain it all out. If you had two hands, you'd be able to do this without doing what I'm doing, but I'm improvising. Okay. So we're gonna get the bowl. As you can see, he's waiting. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Stay. I'll put the food in there. Okay, now separate it around. So it kind of looks like that. Bam. So now he has his pork chop, he has his chicken, he has his vegetables. And this, my friends, is dinner for Zeus. Because this dude's a monster and he can smell the chicken. This is the first time having a chicken in a while, because I found out what he's allergic to. So now he's gonna go back to a chicken diet with the pork chop and vegetables. These quarter legs are the shit. He's allergic to mosquitoes. So we're gonna go ahead and feed him the chicken, get him back on that diet. Of course, we're gonna keep on the ground beef and the pork chops, but we're gonna put him back on this chicken diet, blow his ass up, even more than what we want. So, this is your boy. We're gonna let you go. We're gonna feed him real fast, and then we're gonna let you go. So, here he is. Zeus, sit. 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 Don't give it to him until he listens. Stay. You should be doing the same thing with your dog at home. You shouldn't be giving him the food yet either. Stay. At least count him out. Stay. At least a couple minutes, you know, because he can smell it. At least a couple minutes. Don't just give in to him because he's anxious. Just give him a couple minutes, because stay. The longer he stays, the more he'll learn on the outside too. Stay. Stay. Hey, psst. If he even makes an attempt, doesn't want to listen, sit. Sit. Step in between the food like I did. And show him who's boss. Let him submit to you. Just like now, he's submitting. And that's what you want. You want him to submit. So he submitted to me. So since he's submitted, we'll keep him there. Sit, stay. See how he's excited? We're not going to feed him. He's too overexcited. That's what you want to do too. So back up now. Back up. So you're gonna back him up. Stay. Hey. Sit. He can smell the chicken, people. Stay. You can see his gums going. Stay. So this ain't only a raw feeding video. This is a training video. So I'm showing you guys how to submit, have your dog submit. Because now you see how his tail slowed down. He submitted fully. So that's what you want. You don't want, there you go. Perfect. You don't want him to be all like antsy. You don't want that. Don't feed him if he's gonna be antsy. See how he's submitted? He's down in submission, he knows. So now he can eat. Eat, see? You don't just feed him. You don't just give it to him. You have him submit to you. So the owners out there who just can't get the dogs to submit like that, you just pick the bowl back up. Hold it, stand in between them. Ignore him. Don't give him no attention. If he's too overwhelmed and he's too excited, don't give him no attention. Just turn your back to him. Ignore him. He'll eventually, after about a couple minutes of doing that, he'll come down to your level. He'll understand what you want him to do. He'll calm down. Once he calms down, you can turn around and put him back to his command. Once he's back to his command and you got him back where you want him to, keep him there for a little while. Get him to understand. If he does it for 1 minute one day, and the next day do it for 2 minutes. If he's gonna do it for 2 minutes the next day do it for 3 minutes. Your goal is to get him to stay in that same spot just for a minute longer every day. So if it's 1 day, 1 minute, 2 days, 2 minutes, 3 days, 3 minutes, you're just gonna keep working so far. Before you know it, he'll be staying as you ask him, and then you can feed him. But under no circumstances should you be just giving him the food. You don't want to just give him the food. You want him to understand who's running, who's the alpha, you know, because if you're not the alpha and your dog's running either, you're gonna have problems, especially if you got a pit bull on your hand. If you got a pit bull on your hands, then you're gonna have problems. So you're gonna wanna make sure at all times that you understand your dog's language, body language. You see how he was super like antsy and he just couldn't wait to get to the food because he could smell it? That's what you don't want. You don't want that. You want him to calm down. So you ignore him. Turn your back if you have to. He'll eventually calm down. He'll stop being antsy. And then once he comes down to your level where you want him, then you can turn around and continue to give him back his food or give him the commands you want. But until he calms down, you pay him no attention. Because once you pay him attention, he's going to think it's just a game. So for all you dads out there, or moms, or brothers, or kids who are trying to train your dog and you have an antsy dog on your hand, the best way to do it, and how I started off with him, is once he gets antsy, ignore him. Turn your back. Have his toy. If he wants to play and you got his toy and he's like really antsy and he's like biting at you and he's fussy, then just turn your back on him and put the toy away and just ignore him. He'll bite at you. He'll pull at you. Ignore him. Don't show him no attention. Eventually he'll stop biting at you. He'll stop pulling at you and he'll come down to your level and he'll understand. Maybe you might have to do it 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 or 5, but eventually he'll stop pulling on you and you'll get him to come to your level. So it's all about patience. Patience is the key. If you have no patience, then he's not going to have no patience for you. You have to have patience. Patience is the key. So that's why I say you don't just cook for your dog and feed him. You cook for your dog. You give him obedience before you feed him. You make sure he follows the obedience. And if he's antsy, start over. If you have to start over 20 times, just keep starting over. Eventually he'll understand. Like I said, he has to come down to your level. You got to understand your dog. Your dog can't understand you. You have to understand him. So if he's antsy and he's impatient, then ignore him. As far as goes with the leash too, if you're gonna take him outside and you grab the leash and you know he's wagging his tail and he's biting, he's pulling the leash, put the leash away. Don't take him out. Make him stop. He'll eventually stop pulling at you in about 5 minutes. Pick the leash back up and try again. If he gets all antsy and all impatient, wants to go back outside, put the leash away. Ignore him. As soon as he gets patient, pick the leash back up, try it again. After a few times, he'll get to understand what you want him to do, what you're asking for him or of him, and he will do it. That's how you understand and listen to your dog. You get to understand and you listen to him. You just don't feed into his antsiness. If he wants to be antsy and impatient, then don't feed into it. It takes patience, people. It doesn't happen just overnight. You don't just turn a bad dog good overnight. And it takes obedience, it takes consistency, and love. A lot of love. And when I mean love, I mean walk him, get him out of the house. Don't keep him locked up. You know, I know we're on the quarantine for the coronavirus. I understand how everybody's antsy about getting out there. You know, they're a little scared, but put your mask on, go to a place that's deserted where there's nobody, absolutely nobody goes, and spend time with your dog a couple hours out of the day. He'll love you for it. As you can see, he's eating the chicken now. And he has no aggression. If he was showing aggression, he wouldn't be eating right now. He wouldn't get his food, and not only would he not get his food, we would be working on his aggression, because aggression is what you don't want. You don't want to raw feed a dog if he has aggression. Last thing you want to do is feed him that blood if he's aggression, if he's angry, if he's always mad, if he's biting people, then you don't want to give him that. Even though blood ain't going to make him any meaner, but still, you don't want to give him it, because once they get the taste of that good food, you might not never get him back to the way you had him. So make sure you're training your dog right before you bring him over to raw feeding, because you can't just do it for any dog. Not all dogs can do it. Some dogs might not want other dogs around them when they're eating. So always feed your dog in a remoted area like I do. Don't let no other dogs in here. I stay with him. The Chihuahua will come in with him and eat with him here or there when he allows her to. But until then, I don't let him interact, because he just want no accidents. In the end, he's still a dog. He's still a pit bull. So you don't. So you don't want to be doing that at all. So as I watch him eat the chicken, I just keep an eye on his skin, because like I said, he was allergic to mosquitoes. But as I watch him eat the chicken, I want to see if he's going to break out with hives on his body. Because like I said with the chicken, it should show up instantly. So the light is on now. You get a better look at him. As you can see, he looks pretty good. Nothing too much as far as it goes. So as you can see, YouTube, we're gonna go ahead and let you go. We're gonna let him eat. He's looking good. He's looking great. Look at the size on this dog. So we're gonna go ahead and let Zeus eat. And like I was saying, just be patient with him. Don't feed him right away. Make him come to your level. Make him drop down the way you want him to. Just ignore him. You don't have to show any aggression back to him at all. Aggression is not going to get him to understand. Just because you yell at your dog, he tucks his ears and tucks his tail and does what you say doesn't mean anything. You're just putting fear into him. He's going to go back to doing his bad habits 2 minutes later. He's a dog. So listen to him, pay attention to him, and understand him, and have patience. Patience is the key, people. Patience. Remember, rod feeding takes time. You got to work your dog into it. If you have any questions about how to raw feed your dog, or how to cook for your dog, or what to start them off with, here comes the Chihuahua. Then go ahead and hit my subscribe button or the bell, and leave a comment, and I'll get right back with you as soon as possible. I get back to all my subscribers, so please leave a detailed message and I'll hit you up back. All right, this is Monster Kennel Club, and we're gonna let you go. Peace.